Okay, this is the startup, walk around and operational verification of everything for the 1982 Honda FT 500 Ascot. This has been in my museum for quite some time, and I am clearing out some of my bikes to make room for a bunch of street legal liquid cooled two-strokes that I'm changing my genre over to in the museum. And those will be bikes that never came to America. So I'm selling some of my little treasures here. But this bike, since we pulled it out of the museum, we have installed a new battery tender hookup. The engine oil and filter has been changed. The fuel system had the treated gas taken out, and we flushed everything through out the bottom of the carburetor with fresh non-ethanol fuel, and that's what's in the tank right now. The tank is clean and beautiful on the inside. We also installed a new set of Pirelli tires, and you can see they're brand new. I had left the originals on for a long time just because they were the original tires, but they were as hard as a freaking rock. Anyway, you can see the new ones here. Hard as a rock, and I didn't want to sell the bike and they have somebody just have it slide out from underneath them the first time they rode it. And I want the bike to be drivable because whoever buys this may want to ride it, although they can put it straight into a museum. Thing about these old 500 Ascots is they're one of the really enjoyable, pleasurable bikes to just tootle around on, because they got the big 500 single, and with Honda it's an electric start, so that makes it easy. But they're just enjoyable because you just ride them around on the torque curve. You don't have to rev them up hard or anything, and they're kind of like an old classic motorcycle, and they're satisfying just putting. So I'm going to do a walk around here and let you see the tank, the beautiful condition of the gas tank, the front fender on the bike. You can see it's really good condition. Everything is very nice. I mean, like the way it came from the factory, and that's why I bought it. I bought it from the original owner. This guy was in his 70s, and as the story goes, was giving up motorcycle riding. But just look at the forks. All I've ever done is wipe these down with a rag. I mean, there's just no damage to them at all. Oh, we also rebuilt the front brake caliper. It was getting a little bit sticky, so we just took it apart and put all new rubber seals in and cleaned everything up, new pads. So that's all taken care of. But we'll continue to do the walk around. You can see all the plastic, turn signals, and check out the black chromed exhaust pipe, which is all factory. And you can see, looking down at the bottom of it, there's absolutely no damage. The bike is perfect. If somebody wants to buy this and drive it, that's cool. If somebody's looking for a cheap, inexpensive driver, this is probably not the bike for you, because it's, you know, worth more than a lot of the ones you see out there for, you know, $1,800, $2,000 that run okay, but you know, they got a lot of miles on them, and you know, they're just not in the aesthetic original condition. So I'm just giving you plenty of time to look at the tank, the side covers. Oh, and one of the other things we did before we put it in to the museum collection, I replaced the chain and the sprockets, not because they needed it, but because I just wanted to put this big 530 O-ring red matching chain on for display purposes. You have to put another 30,000 miles on this bike to wear this chain out. I mean, you could run a lumber mill. Now, why they put a 530 chain on that, I don't know, because it's way, way overkill for the strength of the chain. One of the other things too is that this has a genuine Honda line accessory engine case guard that you can see, and there's the original little Honda line decal. These are unattainable right now. I've had a couple of friends say, I'll give you 300 bucks for that if you'll take it off and let me buy it from you so I can put it on my bike. But I've left it on here because it does do a job, and I think it looks pretty cool. They're just not available. So you can look at the condition of the seat. Still has all the gold Honda lettering on the back of the seat. And it's starting to rain here, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit. You got a twin piston rear disc brake, which is pretty cool for the bikes. So I will now do a startup. This does have a vacuum petcock, which is really cool because you can just leave it in on position, and as soon as you turn the engine off, the vacuum petcock shuts off, so no gas goes to the carburetor. So the only reason you really ever need to turn the petcock is to go to reserve. So here's the choke right there, and then here's the key, and then hit the starter. And then I can turn the choke down. And oh, one of the other things we did is when I first got the bike and we were going through it, my master mechanic remembered that what you wanted to do on these, because they run lean from the factory with the EPA, is he raised the needle one notch and we went up one size on the pilot jet. Left the main jet alone, but one side up on the pilot jet. And look, I have the choke off right now, and you can see it starts and it runs the way they're supposed to, not the way the government EPA wants it. You can see the instruments are not faded at all, as are the hand instruments. And I will show you here there's the low beam, high beam, the left turn signals, and the right turn signals. Okay, guess I gotta look at the switch. And the horn. So everything works. Oh, and the front and the rear brake fluids have been flushed when it came out of the museum too. So everything is like ready to roll. You get on this thing and ride it. It needs absolutely nothing to operate and use it. And it's like it just came off the showroom floor. And you can see here, it's got 6,200 miles on it. All your fuses are right up here if you ever need to get to them. Locking gas cap. So I am going to put the ad text together here next and take some pictures inside because it's starting to rain. So this is a bike that you could keep for another 10 or 15 years and probably make money on it. Anyway, that's it.